Thank you for joining me. It's just going to be let's just pop you back there. It's going to be a quick video today because I'm working a lot later than I normally do today. Reason being is because I've been working with a client this evening. I actually haven't done an awful lot of client work over the last few weeks. My clients come to see me for hypnotherapy, is typically the reason why, and also NLP, which is a kind of psychotherapy, cognitive behavior therapy that I use. And I was working with a chap today using hypnosis specifically for his fear of heights. Initially he'd said that it was a fear of flying and that he was worried about going up in the aeroplane. But actually it's got nothing to do with the aeroplane. He's just frightened of going up. So I've just got out of a session of hypnosis with him. It was a great result. I don't think it's going to be a one-hit wonder, so we'll probably need to do a couple more sessions. But that said, he got really deeply relaxed, and it was really nice to get back into the groove of using my hypnosis skills again, because it's been a while since I've actually been working live with a client on a one-to-one. Anyway, just thought I would share that with you. So today what I'm going to be talking to you about is why confusion is a good thing. And for us as human beings, we typically feel a bit repellent to a sense of confusion or not knowingness because we like certainty. It's interesting that as part of our needs as human beings, we have a need for both certainty and uncertainty, seemingly simultaneously. And some of us prefer a little bit more uncertainty in our lives. Some others prefer to have a lot of certainty in our lives, but we do typically have a need for both of them at the same time. Confusion and not knowing, they provide the sense of uncertainty, and so for a great deal of us we can feel really uncomfortable with that. And also there's, I guess, the implication of maybe coming across as not being too clever when you're confused about something. So, you know, we maybe take it a little bit personally in terms of our degree of intellect that we have. So here's the thing, I was actually talking to someone just a couple of weeks ago about climate change. And this is someone who is massively passionate about the subject of climate change, in that he believes that climate change doesn't really exist and that it's all like a big made up thing that the government's using to be able to increase taxes and to be able to tax, you know, all sorts of different things that they didn't tax previously. And that's the reason why climate change exists, for taxation reasons. So he was asking me my opinion on the subject. And I kind of held my hands up and said, you know what, I'm not 100% sure as to whether it's true or not true. Like, I hear that there might be something valid in what you're saying, but, you know, I've also heard a lot of valid points about the fact that, you know, icy things are melting and polar bears are struggling. That doesn't sound too good. So in my world, you know, I think I can see merit on both sides of the argument, but I'm happy to say I don't know. And he found this really frustrating, which I found quite interesting. Because the thing is I'm actually quite comfortable with saying I don't know and I'm confused. And here's the reason why. So when you have a problem or a something that you want to be able to figure out and find the solution to, there is an infinite number, really, of potential outcomes, possibilities, solutions, ideas. All these different things can spur off from there that take you in the direction of being able to make your mind up and either know or make a decision, so that you are not confused and that you feel much more knowledgeable about things. Any one of these is your potential outcome. But here's the thing, as soon as you've decided which one it's going to be, so as soon as you've fixed your mind upon the solution or the answer or the knowingness that you are seeking, as soon as you have that, you lose all of the other ways in which you could have known. So here's the thing, when you're in the state of confusion, so if we've got confusion happening here, when you're in that state, you have possibilities. There are many different answers out there for you when you don't know and when you're in a state of confusion. You're in the best possible situation to be able to see the wood for the trees and to be able to search and make your mind up, really exploring all of those different possibilities that exist out there. However, as soon as you have decided and you have made up your mind, then you become fixated on it. And even though you might know that this happens, you still can't stop it from happening. It's called confirmation bias. So as soon as you fix your mind on the fact that, now I know, now I have the answer, now this thing is solved, you lose the opportunity to see all of the other various answers that might be available for you out there. And people that know about confirmation bias still get caught out by confirmation bias. So you basically then start researching all of the ideas around it that back up the thing that you've already decided and rule out all of the other stuff. So the chap with the climate change example that I gave you, he had decided actually climate change isn't real and it doesn't exist. And as a result of fixing his mind on that, he then couldn't see all of the other arguments that might counter the argument that he had. So he basically believes his own story. And we do all do that. So here's the thing, confusion, not knowing, and being honest about it is actually quite a good thing. Keep your mind open to all of the different possibilities and be relaxed about the fact that maybe you don't have the answers yet, that the answers will come, and give yourself enough time to really research what they might be so that you don't jump into making a conclusion too quickly and then later find out it was the wrong one. All right, that is all for now. I will speak to you again in 1 week's time. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.